Yeah, what's up? Jordan Downs already know the deal, man. We finna get it in. What's the deal, man? I already know the deal, man. I tuned in to Great Street TV. We finna get this going, man. We finna react to I call him Big Crusty. I call him Big Crusty due to the fact that I mean he got on here, he wanted to speak on CRIP MAC, that's cool, fine, dandy. But when he threw the whole culture under there, basically saying we don't move right and what we should be doing, and saying that basically he was saying that they don't copycat California. Once again, they crips. So you got to make it make sense. You know what I mean? And then in his reaction that I react to him, he's like pushing a certain type narrative, like he know what goes on out here. Like this is why a crip might walk around like this, and this is what these dudes is doing out here. He basically trying to say he know what we do out here, and we ain't cripping right, but and they don't copycat California, but he's a crip. Crip came from California, came from LA. So let's make this cat make sense, man. And a lot of these folks put their foot in their mouth. And when they talk how he talk, you know what I mean? It's really no respecting going around. When you find out he don't respect the culture, you know what I mean? Your whole state, they banking a whole nother statehood. He's saying he's a Hoover and he hang with the neighborhoods. So we gonna break him down. Big Crusty, we gonna make you make sense. It's facts. Salute the chat, salute the chat, salute the chat, salute to everybody, you know what I mean, in here. Boss Claus, Anthony Big Fire, what's up, man? Salute. Y'all already know the deal. Make sure y'all hit that like and that subscribe button. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. If you ain't hit that like button. Let's get it in. You know what I mean? We the underdogs, the underrated, just based off. You know, I don't do the trolling and shit. But let's get it.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong, and I can correct it.
No, no, you don't fuck them.
This the deal. Welcome to my reaction channel. Y'all tapped in with Big Sidewalk Talking, but we dive right into the action. Today we gonna react to a J Cat out of Texas speaking on CRIP MAC and LA gang politics. Speaking on California, so we gonna react to Big Crusty. No, that's facts though. They politics is different, but when you fall under the bracket far as you know, you pushing the LA gang and you trying to tell them they not cripping right and they paying their enemies and all that type of stuff. That's you know what I mean. That's when they come into play. That's when they come different. You know what I mean? I understand the politics. We got a hood out there in Texas, so I understand the politics. But far as somebody speaking on the culture and speaking down on the culture that you know what I mean, you took upon yourself to accept and say I'm a Crip now, and you saying you a Hoover. So you moving kind of different. You kind of breaking the politics when you out of state. That's how you get ties cut with you. When you get to trying to change the program and down talk the hood you came from. That's from LA. You know what I mean? That's basically where I went with it and how disrespectful he got. So I had to react to it because I already know Big Crusty is nobody but a J Cat, man. And that's facts, man. It's like it's a certain way you do it. We know the real ones because the real ones not gonna get on here and smut a culture that they came from or talk like they doing it better than where it originated from. You can't do it better from where it originated from because you got your gang from out there. They watched us. You know what I mean? They watch it, then they watch these movies and they do all that and they feel like it's cool to be a gangbanger. But if I was out of state, I wouldn't be from nowhere out here because the politics is different and the program is different, man. But that's facts. It'll never be nothing like Cali, but it don't supposed to be like Cali. So they supposed to come with their own little gangs and politics and different stuff like that. You can't move off one culture and try to change the culture. It's crazy, man. Let's get it.
CRIP MAC, what's his name? Good plan. He doing that shit because he know them Cali, they allowing him to do that. Like, them Cali extorting him. Them in the bag out there. They ain't just letting that around. You know how many who would bump on that, pull up on that boy, playing like the Hoover giving them phase in the count. But everybody's eating off C-Mac. They ain't just letting them walk around with that shit on his head. Like, that's just like me walking around with neighborhood, rolling 60 kilo on my head. You think going not fuck with 60? We don't do that in Texas. For all you who be all on the T hat, we in Texas. We fuck with 60s, Hoovers, everybody. We don't copycat what them do in Cali. We ain't no, we follow.
Yeah, we are like brother and sister fight.
We are our own trendsetters right here when it comes to this Crip shit. If you don't like that Crip, nigga, we just don't like them. Every Crip ain't my Crip. That's what it is, though.
Yeah.
Straight like that, though, but we on that South down.
This type of stuff be funny. This girl ain't got no respect for California. So before I say my segment on there and you see it, like this is why I said what I said. Like he said all that on the internet for what? Like, you know what I mean? Like you going at one person, it's cool if he would have just won that CRIP MAC and said, he wasn't feeling the tattoo and all that, this and that. You know what I mean? People been doing that for a while now. So before it's turning it into the gang culture and flipping it on California, you speaking on the whole West. You speaking on California. So you basically saying we don't move right. You got to understand and pay attention to this, man. These dudes be goofy and they get on here and they think they know what they talking about, man. These be the same dudes that get reached out in touch because they don't understand there's a lot of organizations from out there. You messing ties up, bro. That's facts. You got to make it make sense. I see that. Let me tell you something. Every real individual in the world, if you as real as you saying you is, you'll be tapped in with some folks. And first and foremost, Crip came from California. Y'all got that from LA. So how y'all don't copycat what California do? And if you was gonna join the gang culture, you should have did your research and did your homework. This is a dangerous culture. Oh boy said we had brothers and sister fights. The cheerleader in the background. You inserted yourself in the gang culture. And you ain't even got enough respect to salute and shout out the folks where it came from. I ain't hear you salute nobody from LA. He say he a Hoover. And he hangs with the neighborhoods, the 60s and all that. If he was out here, he would get beat, kicked in the a-hole, corded off. Facts. You're out of here.
Finish him.
And that's facts. This dude just talking just to be talking. No, excuse me. This girl is just talking just to be talking. Pretty girl. Big CRUSTY. Let's break the rest of this down and make it make sense.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
This to me.
Yeah, you see what I got. If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I'll correct it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to incite something on the internet as far as, we got different coaches from different states, but this right here, you can't let stuff like this slide because it's surfacing and it's getting a lot of views and you letting these people, speak out of turn. And that's like somebody being from out here speaking on something from somewhere else, you know what I mean? It's certain ways you do it. It's a time and a place for everything. But if you ain't got no voice in the streets, like you definitely ain't got no voice on the internet. It's only gonna make people find your shit and react to it, pull you up, and we gonna make it make sense. Facts. Hopefully this reach out to your folks, your good folks that ties with good people out here and see how you handle things different. I don't know how y'all do it, but he should be sanctioned for a DP. He should be DPing Big CRUSTY. That's facts.
That how you live this long, if Cali's so dangerous and you got a big old target on your head.
They eating out there. They done paid the Hoovers out too. That's why Hoovers is okay with giving them phase and punching them down, not to kill them, because they done paid the to tell Lacey they got control of their little homie. They can tell the homie, hey, such and such, you better not go over there and fuck with him.
Touch him.
So that's what it is.
Touch everybody else but him.
Don't touch him.
Yeah.
But they extorting that boy. Hey. Retarded like me. But one thing I know is too retarded can't extort me. That's my homie. We all gonna eat together. We all gonna pitch in on this bag and eat. But ain't that they doing that nigga bad? He don't know no better. That's why he ran back to Texas, because he knew we was kind of stupid in them up there.
Hold on, he left.
He was down here in Houston, man.
Okay, now y'all see, like I say, he just talking out the side of his neck. He talking out the side of his neck. He just talking, and he basically preaching to the internet like he know what goes on. This was going on out here. Like, he not out here. I'm pretty sure he never planned on coming out here. Not talking like that. You know what I mean? Because people that's tied with folks from out here, it's like a good tie and a good connection, because if you know what I mean, making yourself be somebody somewhere else, part of a California gang culture like type thing, then you should want to be tied and locked in with a lot of real folks. But when you get on here and start smutting, acting like you know what's going on, then that's when, you know, it becomes a problem. It's like maybe he should have tapped in with some folks that's, you know what I mean, around him, but y'all gonna see who he call his OG. We gonna make it make sense. You gotta see the folks that these people be around. Like, just look at the area, look at their surrounding, just look at him, big crusty. He got crust in his eye, white shit all around his lip. So we all know he don't care about life. He just care about jumping on here. He think that's the way he gonna get popular. You know what I mean? The internet is becoming like deadly, because people was using the internet to try to pump their name, pump fear into people, talk all this trash, and you got to be out here in the real world, and you got to, you know what I mean, shop, pick your kids up, ride around. You got to, you know what I mean, make it make sense to yourself. These folks just be out here living, and they just think it's about the internet. Okay, we get it. A lot of you folks, you know what I mean, probably do just be on the internet and don't do nothing with your life. So you think that everything you say, that you tucked away. You not tucked away. You got to go out in the real world. You don't even know if your neighbor or somebody across the street from you could be watching your channel. Like, you got to make it make sense, man. And folks talk to people, and your location could get dropped fast. That's crazy, though. And yeah, whacking and the whackouts, I always tell everybody got a whackout. If you're a gangbanger and you came from the culture, you got to whack out somewhere, some type of this, whether it's a B whacked out, C whacked out, H whacked, some whacked out, a G whacked out, some gonna be whacked out. That's normal eye busters. When you go to the county jail, you got eye busters. We already know we gonna squabble up. And eye busters ain't just whackouts. See, that's what this culture don't understand. They let the internet change the whole culture. So like whackouts is whackouts. Eye busters, you already know it was your hood being your hood, big on your face, big somewhere. Them eye busters when a motherfucker got they set big. That's an eye buster to folks. But folks don't understand that, man. This dude don't have no idea what he's talking about, man. I'm telling you, this girl. I'm gonna keep calling him a girl, because women do the things that he do. It like he just started a channel and try to make it like a soap opera, talking about something that he don't even know. He making up, you know, scenarios in his own mind and try to make it come to real life on the internet. Talking about his a-hole. You know what I mean? Somebody needs to boot him in the a-hole, like I keep saying.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
Oh, boy should have woke up first and foremost, took a shower, washed his face, brushed his teeth. Now you see all the crust in his eye. You know what I mean? Crust around his lip. He just out there talking. He just want to be heard. My bad. Once again, she just out there talking. She just want to be heard, because, you know, only women talk like that. Men get on here and pay their homage, especially when you under some type of organization that you claim that y'all don't copycat. So if you're going to be as friendly as that and hanging with everybody, why copycat? Why bang the LA gang? Why you didn't come up with your own stuff? Because everybody is fascinated off California, off the CRIP movement. It's a lot of people that be OT out of town, and they speak bad on the culture, but all of them picked up the name from our culture. Y'all got gangs and names from our culture. Y'all fascinated with this stuff. So at the end of the day, it's like this dude talking about they extorting me. They paying the Hoovers. The neighborhoods are paying Hoovers for CRIP MAC to walk around with that on his head, and everybody eating off of him. Come on, you got to make it make sense. Y'all theories be real crazy out there, man. Like, that's how I know this dude is not a real one. He just talking to just be talking. He don't know nothing. But at the end of the day, you don't put your own foot in your mouth. And I know what you're doing. You really want some type of attention, but we ain't gonna give you the attention that you need. We gonna break it down and make it make sense, man. The game culture right now is trash. And that's facts. This when you fall in to the bracket and want to be real and be a game banger. When the game culture is over and trash. You said that folks could tell people like leave him alone. If you knew what you was talking about, you would know how loose the game culture is right now. The young cats is running wild. And we call those eye busters. Everybody make it like CRIP MAC the only one walking around with eye busters. Eye busters is, with your ops whacked out. It could be anywhere, your head, your arm, your leg, your hand. And we also call eye busters when you got your neighborhood, your hood on your face, somewhere big, them eye busters. So you got to make it make sense. When you speaking on our culture, do your homework. Because the stuff that you talk about is like all scenarios that you done made up in your head and you just thinking.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct you.
And if you feel like it's that, come out here. Come out here and you say you from Hoover and go to the neighborhoods. If you think it's sweet, people just know how to move out here. When you're involved in the game culture, they know when to step out and when to stay in, where to go and where not to go. So you can't just look at a situation and say he got this on his head and he's walking around. People just know how to move out here, man. Now let's finish breaking Big Crusty down and let's make it make sense.
They found out that wasn't no real shit.
See, like, I ain't gonna put it like that. Like, I ain't gonna say they copy everything. So they do got their own trends. But when it comes to the game culture, a lot of stuff is copycatted. But then they try to change the narrative because, this is a dangerous culture. Like, this wasn't started off shaking hands and playing ball together. This was started basically like protecting your communities. And then it turned into something else as it grew and kept going. Then that's when they came with all this different stuff and the separation. But far as, games wasn't made to be nice and to be friendly with everybody. So the part where he say they don't move like that, they don't do that, yeah. But if you didn't want to move like that and be treacherous, you shouldn't have joined a gang that came from California, because that's what the gang culture is about. You can't take that and run with it and try to make it something else and say they not doing it right. You got to make it make sense. Come on, these dudes don't be knowing what they talking about. And like as you see Big Crusty, you see the white shit all in his eye, white shit all in his, man, come on, man. Big Crusty. Oh man. It's crazy.
60, he been had lying to the homies talking about he was real crippin'. He wasn't crippin' for real. That man was 30. Hey man, that man ain't know what the fuck he wanted to be, cuz.
They start asking
Crippin'
questions.
for real though. Ain't gotta ask any question you wanna talk, we gonna get on it. Let's talk about it, nigga. Or whatever.
Yeah, here come another
Yeah.
real right now.
Meet this big homie, the neighborhood crackhead.
Yeah.
Hey, what did you say?
Like I see how I was saying, like look who his big dog is. He walk up, know what I mean? Dusty, dirty. I'm just saying, in that age or anything above, once you hit 30 and all that and going up, you supposed to be elevating. You supposed to be at that, know what I mean? Grow up out of that training of thought of when you was in your 20s, like running around doing all that. These dudes is older cats, and they looking like they supposed to be like young dudes doing this. Like, they don't got no type of knowledge. They just joined some type of gang and say, yeah, this is, I'm cool with him though. I'm gonna be nice with him. I hang with them. Know what I mean? I'm from Hoover. I'm gonna hang with the neighborhoods. We gonna change the game. Like, come on, why join something treacherous if you want to change it to something nice? Come on, you should have went to church. Ain't nothing wrong with it.
Now we just talking about how the CRIP MAC got that shit on his head. Like I said, them cats extorting him. Because he couldn't do that down here. He would have been got pulled out. You see that truck? 350 him. That's what would have happened if he would have stayed down here with that bullshit. If he want to line it up on 29th Street, we'll line it up. That ain't that hard. That old weak ass punch he be doing. Nigga still down here. They gonna punch your ass down for real.
Well,
Take that shit off your head. I don't like that whole ass shit. You went telling them Hoover you was down here about that.
Yeah. Hey, and look, just to clear the record, we not mad at CRIP MAC.
Nigga, I don't like the fact that he just rapping so hard like shit stiff like that. You got that shit on your head. My nigga, you ain't HK like that, man. Stop playing. You know some real NKs and get on your ass. Stop that whole ass shit. And we don't do that down here. We don't do no set tripping in Texas, man. I fuck with neighborhood to the death. My favorite, some of my closest homies is neighborhood. And I'm Hoover out.
I ain't gonna lie. It was stiff like they said it was on over there.
Yeah.
It seemed like that shit would have been on site long time ago.
That man.
Okay, Big Crusty say he cripping for real. Where and how? Where and how though? You gotta make it make sense. You see how he just put his foot in his own mouth? Like you function with all the neighborhoods. I understand y'all got your own politics. You should have made your own gangs though. So that's why folks like him will never make it in this culture. Because you'll never elevate from that. He want to be gangster. He want to do all that, but he don't have it in his heart. So you breaking ties with people that, you know what I mean, can elevate you in that type of culture. But the gang culture is trash. I keep telling folks, a lot of folks is joining gangs and want to make themselves a big name in the gang culture around the time where it's trash. It's like, it's done with motherfuckers that's ratting and all that. But, you know, we go to some of these comments like, the 03 shit, I'm not gonna speak on the 03 shit. That's in-house shit. If you see niggas on here, you know what I mean, talking about in-house stuff, that's a no-go. You know, I ain't no young cat, no disrespect, salute, but I'm not speaking on nothing. I ain't speaking on no deaths, no crimes, no none of that. That's not what I do on this channel. I don't speak on nobody culture that something that ain't already out there, but if it's part of their own politics, no, I mean that's their business. I don't speak on nobody else's politics. Just like I don't expect nobody to be speaking on mine and bring your mind to the internet and doing all that stuff. I'm gonna keep it real. There's a lot of folks on here, and this is why their views going up and they getting all them subscribers because they on here telling a soap opera. Like I said, like I always say, I used to walk in the living room with my mom watching soap operas. Know what I mean? Channel 2. As the world turn. Know what I mean? The world's turning. These dudes is turning too. You got the young dude acting older, and you got the older dudes acting like they, you know what I mean, they young because a lot of them never completed any milestones farthest in the gang culture as becoming somebody. So they got to double back. They got to bust a whole U-turn and go back. You know what I mean? You got to start back. But at the end of the day, it's trash. You know what I mean? If you didn't make the cut, you didn't make the cut. You didn't become nobody. You ain't going to become nobody now. They going to tell on you. That's facts. When you ain't even following the guidelines. Meaning, you know, you done jumped in the culture that don't get along with a certain side. They have enemies. Like I said, this is a dangerous culture.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
This ain't no Bradley Fade type stuff. And the stuff he talk about with CRIP MAC, he just trying to get, you know, a little bit of exposure. He just trying to speak. He just talking out the side of his neck. And he spilling feelings out at the same time. You know, like I said, she mad at something. You know, only women talk like this. Maybe somebody from California or somebody from his area did something to him, or he just mad because, you know, this man is on getting his increments. And here he comes with to speak of LA gay politics and California culture all in one. I want to say, man, salute to Texas. Love and respect. I know some real folks out there. And I know they all don't move like this. It's just one big J-Cat crusty mother effer.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
That's, you know, decided to get on YouTube and speak his thoughts into existence, which everything you said does not exist in the gang culture when it comes out here. You on the outside looking in, buddy. And you said, correct you if you wrong.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
So I'm correcting you. You wrong.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
Real ones don't move like that. If you was gonna go at CRIP MAC, you could have went straight at CRIP MAC. You didn't have to go into, your theory that you thought when you said, why is he walking around like that? People move at a certain way. And if you watch how he move. He's just not out here moving, walking around all in they section and all that. He's in his own section. He's minding his own. So maybe you need to mind your own.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
Get you a bag. And you a funny cat.
Sit your $5 ass down.
Seen your other
before I make
video.
change.
Funny. You's a funny cat. That's facts. You could go up on here and get a lot of views the right way. But speaking like that on the whole culture, it's not the right way to go.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
You done fucked up, don't you? No,
The game culture is trash.
no, you done fucked up.
All you got to do is go to my other channel, Great Street TV, and you will see. Ever since I've been out here, I've been telling these folks, the game culture is trash. I'm giving out reality checks, and this right here is officially a reality check for you because everything you said was not facts when it came to the game culture.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
Out here, you should be paying your homies to where your culture came from. Crips started in California. Crips started in LA. So do your homework, do your research before you speak and make it seem like what folks is doing out here is wrong and not moving the right way.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
You gotta really come out here. You gotta feel this shit. You gotta experience this shit. And that's facts. So with all that being said, man, this reaction came to an end. And just as quick as we jumped into the action, we gonna dive right back out the action.
If I'm wrong, tell me when I'm wrong and I can correct it.
Let's get it in.
You done fucked up, don't you? No, no, you done fucked up.
Oh man. You know you done fucked up, don't you? You know that, right? No, but all BS to the side, man. That's 100% facts. And I just honestly feel like if you consider yourself real, you won't be on here telling in-house business. You won't be on here speaking on the next man culture, especially when it comes to like the politics. If it's not your politics, stay out of it because you don't know what happened. It's a lot of stuff that go on, like, and that's facts. It's a lot of like mark shit be going on. People do be doing shit in jail and all type of stuff. So you don't know. You can't stick up and stand up for somebody else's culture because we on the outside looking in, and that's how it should always be. That's how it should be all the way around the board. Folks shouldn't be on here spilling their in-house business as far as what's going on with folks. Like, let these folks be figures for themselves and explain themselves, because I ain't into saving nobody. I ain't harboring no snitches. I ain't harboring no busters, and that's facts. That's just how I'm gonna keep it, and it's gonna stay like that. So, I'm just on here. I be giving reality checks, but my reaction channel is Big Sidewalk Talking. That's what that video off right there. So this channel basically I be addressing like shit that's going on, like these fake ass OGs, these fake ass Gs, these fake ass wannabes, and the trash ass gang culture. That's what I be addressing on this channel. So that channel is new. It started up. It's gonna be all reactions. I'm reacting to all type of stuff, but it's not gonna be like part of the game culture as reactions and all that. So I had to put, one over there because I ain't no big crusty, mess around and record my video because he ain't really got no way to. He ain't got no get back. It's just you running your mouth. He don't watch Men to Society, Boys in the Hood, Colors, New Jack City, South Central. He done watched all them type of movies and want to become a gangster. That's what I get out of this dude. Like, he never grew up, because folks that's out here just joining the gang culture and putting themselves on the forefront. Because if you real and you in the streets, you never put yourself on the forefront. Especially these dudes, they be claiming that they out here gangsters, they shooting, they in the streets, but you got a full blown YouTube channel telling stories and bringing gang politics to the internet. So I never really understood that, like, far as, folks getting on here and saying they still in the streets and they making these channels and they bringing politics to the internet. They incriminating themselves. Like, they wonder why when they catch these cases, they always talking about somebody ratted on them and all that. Ain't nobody ratting. All the police do is go to the internet now. They watch Instagram, watch all these gang pictures. They throwing up gang signs. You showing your gun. Watching Facebook. And then YouTube is like a big eye opener for, it's a lot of bloggers on here. They get on here and they feel like they're part of the gang culture. So it could be an ongoing investigation. Even like that YNW Melly stuff. While the trial going on, you got folks doing reactions on it and all that. They hold out of the gang culture. I feel like, you shouldn't be talking about nobody open case or somebody that's fighting for their life or doing anything. But people just be wanting content and they gonna keep bringing it like that, and you can't do nothing about it when they ain't got no ties with the gang culture and all that. Like you can't really tell nobody nothing. You can't tell anybody nothing. But if you're part of the culture, it's certain things that you don't supposed to be doing on here, and you got to answer to that stuff that be getting said on here. Like I don't want nobody on here telling any old stories about what we did back in the days. You scratching scabs off of old sores. You bringing it back to light. I want people knowing, what I look like now or what I did back in the days. It's people family watching this stuff. It's people don't make it make sense. This shit just turned into like a big old comedy show. Like that's what I look at this as. Facts. But you know, I never really understood like a lot of shit that go on here. So now I'm like paying a lot of attention to a lot of folks that I kind of know from the streets, and there's a lot of folks on here that I done did time with and all that, like whether from juvenile hall, camp, YA, you know, prison. A lot of folks on here telling a lot of fabricated stories and putting extras on it, and they missing the stories where they fell short to the gang coach, whatever behind them walls. So it's really not my place to get on here and throw people under the bus. Because if you look at it now, that's all everybody doing is throwing each other under the bus. They searching for something bad, not nothing good. Y'all, then they got Adam 22, that's inviting them all on that podcast. And why would you let anybody ask you a gang question on a podcast like that, especially when it's got to do with somebody else? These folks just be getting on here and they just do what they do, man. These folks is not what it seemed to be, man. But yeah, y'all make sure y'all get up on that reaction channel. That channel I'm gonna be dropping a lot of reactions. I'm not really gonna do them on this channel, but I'll probably react to them like in lives like this. But yeah, man, make sure y'all hitting that like and that subscribe. And out of the streets, that ain't gonna let you down. You ain't gonna catch me on here talking about something I'm supposed to be talking about or trying to gain views off the next man kicking him when he down. I don't even reply to stuff. And I'm not finna go back and forth with anybody over the internet though. But I'm gonna voice my opinion when I feel like I need to address certain things. Like, cause there's a lot of folks that really don't have a voice. I'm trying to tell you, they really don't have no type of voice, no type of connections, no type of plugs in the street, nothing for their homies, nothing to bring to the table. But they want to get a bag off YouTube. These dudes that became confidential informants, private investigators, all type of stuff. Blogging ain't like it used to be. You know what I mean? They used to get you all that news about the hip hop, all the stuff, like what's going on behind the scenes. It was never like too personal. Now, these dudes is all the way, you know what I mean, in their feelings on the internet. They going at it over girls. You got hood hoppers. You got all type of shit going on this place, man. Facts. Like, no jumper could be doing a lot of shit for a lot of people. They could really be shooting people jump shots out here. Folks could be getting a lot of bread. Like, and when people go to those podcasts, if you realize though, what they try to put in the forefront is they name that being in part of a gang culture and stuff like that. Nobody's really coming in there telling their talent and saying what I could do. I make beats. I do this. What inspired me? Who I looked up to? It's none of that no more. You just hear go in there few questions and it jumped right to, oh, I seen this on the internet. Now it turned the whole narrative. Now they talking about some negativity. You got to make it make sense. Like you got to watch. Like this man is getting money for his podcast, so he's bringing out what he think the people want to see. Because look how the internet done turned, man. You know it's crazy when people asking for a bag to fight now. You get a problem with somebody, they dish your mama, dish your hood, your dad, homies using shit. Put a bag up, I'll fight, man. Fight's supposed to be on site, regular type stuff. We can pull up, meet, get down. It could be easy. Like people act like it's hard. Like it's not hard. Get you two somebodies that got a name and a voice and a culture, and he get two people, and y'all link up because y'all know out of these four good people from both ends of the culture, the situation not gonna go bad. Only thing gonna go bad is you gonna get your, you know what I mean? You already know I'm finna say, get your ass beat. Because a lot of these folks running their mouth, they really can't fight. But yeah, that's just a reaction that I had to react to because I put it on my new channel and I go get no traction. So I just want to bring it over here and bring it to the light that we got folks, you know what I mean, that's speaking in the game that really has no voice. And they could really divide stuff. Everybody wonder why everything getting divided because they folks like this get on the internet and talk reckless. But yeah, this what came to it is, man. I'm gonna go live later on. I'm gonna be live on Smoking Politics. We gonna go live at 7:30 and we gonna address some of these same issues. And we gonna talk about a few other things. So make sure y'all go subscribe to I'm him Giovanni, man. Smoking Politics will be here in the Cowboys, man. Make sure y'all go hit that subscribe. Make sure y'all hit that bell on me so you can be notified. And y'all already know I'm gonna take y'all out with the intro, man. What's up, Jordan Downs? Y'all already know the deal, man. Y'all tuned in to Grape Street TV. If you ain't hit that like or that subscribe button yet, that's what you need to be doing. But if not, y'all already know the deal, me, man. I'm gonna bust across y'all head with some knowledge every time, man. Straight up. And make sure y'all hit that bell for all notifications. So when I drop these lives right here, they pop up on your timeline like the chicken pox. Boop, 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 boop. Y'all already know the deal with me, man. Salute. Salute everybody in the chat, man. Much love and respect. Y'all already know the deal, man. I'm rocking with y'all like y'all rock with me. And we ain't gonna be rocking with these fake ass OGs, fake ass G's. And we gonna get it in. We gonna make it make sense. If y'all got videos, man, make sure y'all send them to my Instagram. It's at IceBeezy, ICEBEEZY underscore GST underscore TV. Make sure y'all send them videos. Y'all want to react to some of these, you know what I mean, dudes that's out here, you know what I mean, doing all this, putting this poison into the internet, into the culture, man. We gonna do it. Let's make it make sense, man. Salute.